Good morning. You're listening to FloorDaily.net, and I'm Kemp Harr. I'm in Anchorage, Alaska, with Ian Newton, the president of the NFA. Ian, how you doing?
Doing great.
So the meeting starts tomorrow. This is your fall meeting. I missed the spring meeting, which was on the west coast of Florida. The NFA chooses some pretty nice places to go, so I think for a lot of people, this is maybe their first trip to Alaska, right?
I think for most of the members, this is the first trip to Alaska, so it's going to be interesting the feedback we get tomorrow, next coming days, on how they like it and what they plan to do on their spare time. So it's really beautiful state. We got to go on a train ride yesterday to a fishing village called Seaward. Just absolutely, the scenery was drop dead gorgeous. Opportunity to see another beautiful state.
Well, sometimes you go to some islands and stuff like that, maybe a little more difficult. This one's in the United States, and there's plenty of flights up here, and I think getting samples was easy, so I think you've hit a good one here. I mean, it's a little bit further. I think the last leg of most people's flights were 7 hours, but it's worth the trip, right?
I think it's very much worth the trip. I mean, it's a bit of a schlep for some of the members and vendors on the East Coast, but I think once they get here, they'll be happy.
All right, Ian, you're not only the president of the NFA, you're also the general manager of Flooring 101, which is a family-owned 7-store chain in Southern California. Tell us how's business.
Business is actually very good. And I say that with a mixed bag because although traffic count is down in the stores, it's a little bit slower, we're still seeing good sales numbers. We're seeing larger ticket items, better goods, more expensive goods. Tells me that the consumers that are coming through the door have more spendable income or probably higher end customers. So for that part of it, business has been really good.
So you're beating the norm. I mean, the average, as I talk to people out there in the residential replacement business, their business is down. And yours is up, and from what I hear, it's upper single digits, right?
Oh yeah, for us, we're up low double-digit numbers. Like I said, the people that got money are still spending money, which is good. It's a little bit more of an aggressive market out there. I think the consumer's shopping a little harder than they would have maybe 2-3 years ago. So you got to be a little bit more on your game, maybe a little bit more competitive on your pricing and products. We're well adapted to do that. So that's right in our wheelhouse.
You're out there making some noise still, right? I mean, you're doing traditional advertising.
We're doing more advertising now than we have done in the last 4 years.
Do you think that's part of the key?
That's very much part of the key, yes. Thank God that we're well funded and have the opportunity to do that.
So let's move back over to the NFA. There's 40 members, and I know you haven't met with them yet because the meeting doesn't start till tomorrow, but I think you polled them before this meeting. Tell me how the membership's doing.
I think it's a mixed bag. Some are up, some are down. Some different, obviously, market areas that are a little bit more hard to hit with the housing market and maybe the retail environment in their particular areas. But I think for the most part, the membership is doing good.
All right, so this meeting is a format that runs 3 days. We have an activity day, which everybody looks forward to. And this year, being up in Alaska, you have the options of ATVs, playing golf, or taking a glacier tour boat.
Yep, I'm doing the glacier tour boat. I've heard that is just magnificent. So excited to get the opportunity to do that. It's actually really beautiful.
And then there's another day that's speed dating where you have the vendors meeting with the members. And I think this year you've got a new vendor partner. Happy Floors, a ceramic tile company's in, right?
Yes, they were a specialty vendor for a number of years, and they've moved up to become a core vendor for the group. So I'm excited to have them here. I look forward to meeting with them.
So there's 22 vendors now that have tables as part of this speed dating, right?
That is correct, yes.
The membership count is still 40. You're entertaining Thornton's, and they may join toward the end of the year, right?
That is correct. Yeah, they're back again for a second time as prospective members. Looking forward to having them become official members sometime in December.
It's similar. I mean, Pierce Flooring kind of owns Montana, and I think, from what I'm understanding, Thornton's kind of owns South Dakota, right?
They do. They're very dominant. They've got beautiful showrooms, and they're going to be a great addition to the group.
Tell us a little bit about news items. I know there's been a price increase that's been announced that's both for imported products, which is not a surprise, but also in carpet, which is a little bit of a surprise, right?
I was surprised, but not surprised. Yes, I know that domestic products shouldn't be going up, but I know the expenses and overhead, just like in our businesses, has gone up. So no surprise they're doing that. I think they're taking the opportunity to do that while they're increasing prices on imported stuff with the tariffs. We'll see how that all plays out. But I think in the long run for the NFA, we're in a stronger position with price increases to be able to negotiate through those and absorb some of those and maybe even benefit for those in our marketplace.
So let's talk. We're in mid-September now. We have this meeting, and then you have a meeting in January at Surfaces every year, and then the spring meeting is where next year?
The spring meeting is in Lake Tahoe in March.
And then fall next year is back in the Caribbean, right?
Yeah, back at St. Martin. So we're excited about that. That is really, truly a beautiful venue. So hopefully when we get there, the weather will be perfect.
All right. So what's your outlook for the rest of the year? You think it's going to be kind of what you've seen already this year, just continuing?
I am optimistic that we're going to see a little bump. Since Labor Day, we've seen traffic count up in the stores. So I'm hoping we can continue that trend. Hopefully interest rates will come down a little bit. I think that may help the market, maybe give a little bit more consumer confidence, maybe see the housing market uptick a little bit. I'm bullish on the market right now.
You're going to be present at least through until the next fall meeting, right?
That is correct. That's the plan.
Are you enjoying it?
I am totally enjoying it. Just a wonderful opportunity and privilege to be able to do it for such an esteemed group of people and friends.
All right, Ian, it's great to talk to you again. Been talking to Ian Newton, the general manager of Flooring 101 and the president of the NFA here in Anchorage, Alaska. And you've been listening to Kemp Harr and FloorDaily.net.